Hello, thank you for stopping to watch my video. I want to teach this to as many U.S. investors, God, I can't even talk. I want to teach this to as many U.S. investors, U.S. business people, franchise owners, and U.S. Entrepreneurs and 1099 income earners. Most people have never heard of the Spendthrift Trust. It's legal. It's in the IRS Tax Code 643B. It's been in front of the United States Supreme Court on two different occasions, and both times it's been favored. You can't get more legal than this. My name is Sally Gimmon, and I'm the owner of thetrustisyou.com, and I have a free class on the Great Discovery if you go out to www.sallygimmon.com, where you'll get a 23-minute presentation, 3 articles from Forbes magazine that I did not write, 2 pages of case law, and a chart showing that if you're making $80,000 a year gross filing single, how much you will save in federal and state income taxes in all 50 states. Well, 7 states don't have state income taxes. And also examples of clients. I want to teach this because I learned the secret of the rich. So few people know about this. So let's get into this. It comes from England way back when King Henry VIII started the Church of England. He went to go tax the Lord, that famous king who chopped off his wives' heads. He went to go tax the lords and ladies of England, and they went back to the Magna Carta in the 13th century and said, oh, no, King Henry VIII, you can't do this. It's contract law that came to the colonies while we were still part of England. Our current tax code went into effect February of 1913, and the super rich families of 1913, the DuPonts, the Carnegies, the Kennedys, and the Rockefellers made sure they could save taxes. Guess what? They can save taxes. We can save taxes. I work on behalf of a private law firm that has a copyright on the Benson Financial Trust. Paul Benson was a Harvard law professor who wrote 5 specific trusts to save specific taxes 76 years ago. Not a single trust has been audited. The law firm is so confident when you buy a trust, you'll get a certification saying that if you get questioned by the IRS, they will defend you free of charge. It's happened once in 76 years. The senior IRS agent went down to Houston to examine a business trust. He spent 5 hours going over everything, and he signed off on it. He also sent an unsolicited letter to the law firm that I can send you a link on. So to get into this, all 5 trusts will save you in 4 very important ways. Number 1, you're going to save taxes year after year, generation after generation. You're going to leave a legacy. What a wonderful thing to do. Number 2, all your information is going to be kept private. I'm a real estate investor. I was told to get an LLC for each one of my properties. I was not told that 40% of LLCs, S Corps, and C Corps, that's statutory law or state law, get sued every single year. With the Spendthrift Trust, all your assets are in a titanium vault, and nobody knows what you own, where you own it, what you do with it, or how you work with it. So save taxes, keep your information private. Number 3, talking about lawsuits. All lawsuits become frivolous and go away. But the true story, one of my clients who's a real estate investor in Chicago, last summer was driving his RV, couldn't slow down fast enough for stop traffic. He hit the car in front of him that got pushed into the car in front of her. His insurance card showed the trust's name. His Illinois driver's license showed his name. The insurance company fixed both cars and his RV. 6 weeks later, he got a lawsuit saying pain and suffering for the woman who was in the car that got squished, and that she was suing him for $500,000. All he had to do was send the first page of his trust to her attorney and said, I'm sorry, everything was taken care of. He didn't have to pay that $500,000. And number 4, you won't have to do the paperwork for the 2024 Corporate Transparency Act. Please, if you don't get the trust, do the paperwork for the Treasury Department by December 31st, 2024, or you could be fined $10,000 and or 2 years in jail. Yikes. So, my personal story. I became a real estate investor in 2019. I was working full-time as a Medicare broker, and I wholesaled 7 properties nationwide and paid off $184,000 in debt. Woo! I was a rock star in my real estate group. I knew about capital gains. Short-term capital gains are just like federal income taxes. They're taxed 7 different layers from 10% to 37%. I had $50,000 sitting in my bank account. On April 4th of 2020, my CPA called me to say, congratulations, your tax bracket went from 22% to 24%. Yikes. All of a sudden, I owed the federal government $97,000 in short-term capital gains. I made an appointment late in the afternoon, drove out to Scottsdale to sign the paperwork, get my parking validated. And remember, this is April 2020, the start of COVID. 3 of my properties did not pay me on April 1st. Went down to the parking garage and I cried for 20 minutes. My great Aunt Kitty in Ireland always said, sleep on it. Next morning, I woke up at 5 a.m. and I researched the Spendthrift Trust, the Rockefellers Spendthrift Trust. I had read an article on them and spent 5 months researching it. September of 2020, I started both my business and my beneficial Spendthrift Trust, and I started teaching in my real estate group to other real estate investors. So the beneficial trust is for all U.S. investors. You are going to save the following taxes. Short-term capital gains are a year or less and affect you if you're wholesaling like I did, if you're doing fix and flips, tax liens, if you're doing auction houses, crypto, or forex, and that's taxed between 10% to 37%. Long-term capital gains are a year or more, and if you're selling your business, selling an investment property, or a baseball card, they're taxed at either 15% of the profit or 20% of the profit. Interest income taxes are again taxed just like federal income taxes between 10% to 37% and affect you if you are a passive investor, if you're in mutual funds, if you're in a REIT, if you're doing subject to real estate, the BRRRR strategy. I personally have notes where I'm the paper on the house, people pay me their mortgage, and seller financing or creative financing. Third tax you'll save is dividend income taxes. So if you're in the stock market, you're a day trader, you're doing options trading, futures trading, commodities, or you're living off of dividends, again being taxed between 10% to 37%, just like federal income taxes. Rental income taxes, if you have short-term rentals like Airbnb, vacation rentals, 5 doors, 10 doors, 20 doors, multifamily, apartment buildings, or if you're doing arbitrage. Yes, you can take depreciation. Yes, you can do cost averaging, but again, keep your information private and pay no judgments if the renter's dog gets out and bites the mailman. And the fifth tax you'll save in the beneficial trust is royalty income taxes. Taxed a little bit less, between 10% to 35%. So if you are an actor, an actress, an author, an artist, if you're in the NFT world, have copyrights, patents, or intellectual property, that's the beneficial trust. The business trust is for all U.S. business owners, entrepreneurs, franchisee owners, and 1099 income earners. Maybe you are an insurance agent. Maybe you're a realtor. Maybe you're a digital marketer, an affiliate marketer. You will save at least 90% on your federal income taxes, and in 43 states no longer pay state income taxes. As an example, my favorite local pizzeria, a New York-style pizzeria, in 2022, they were making $15,000 at two locations per month, so that's $180,000 a year. Their federal taxes gross was $30,215. At 90%, they saved $27,198. Add in savings North Carolina state income taxes, $7,710 for a full savings in 1 year of $34,903. Or better yet, per month, they're saving $2,908, not working harder, not working longer, just working smarter. What they did with the money, instead of paying off their mortgage or anything else, they opened up a third location. This trust is changing lives all over the United States. I'm asking you to please go out to my free class on the Great Discovery, www.sallygimmin.com, or set up a 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me, and I'll take you out to NerdWallet to show you a formula for gross taxes. This is legal. It's in the IRS Tax Code 643B. If you Google Tax Code 643B, You will find an opinion letter from the IRS dated September 11th, 2018. They can't change the tax code. Only Congress can change the tax code. And so many U.S. presidents, senators, and congresspeople have this Spendthrift Trust, they're not going to change it. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something new and start saving taxes today. Take care.